I mean, what has happened to this world? You give people a camera and they have lost their mind. We look like it looks like the patients are running the asylum.
Right.
That's what we look like.
It does.
We look like the people in the middle of the street doing TikTok. Remember that one girl? She's like a ballerina and she stands on a bottle on her TikTok in the middle of traffic.
Like, well, they do this though. They interrupt everything. There's people doing yoga poses in the middle of
trying to get
of traffic or in the middle of a mall. They just break out into a yoga pose.
And if it's not that, it's people just doing weird stuff to themselves.
Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel. Someone told us about this picture. I'll put the picture up here. But it said it was like a woman from 1940s and the way that she looked, and then it was like a split screen.
Yeah.
Of
a woman 2021.
Right. Okay. And the question was what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think the picture, because it was on someone's video.
Yeah, I saw it on Joey Tunes, but
he had a comment.
What was the interaction with him?
I don't know if it was on Twitter or something, but he put the picture up and it said a woman in 1940 or something,
right?
And a woman in 2020, and the girl in 2020 is like showing the picture that she showed.
Okay.
And then it has a woman that's dressed really decently and stylish from the 40s, and the comment's like, "What happened?" He's like, "What happened?" So he put that up, and then some women got mad at him and were like, I think one girl said, called him racist because he picked a black woman for 2021 and he picked a white woman for the 40s. But, you know, I just thought, okay, well, he's not racist for that.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's like, okay, let's put a black woman from the 40s.
And it's,
When in the 40s have you ever seen a woman go to a grocery store and act like this?
Right.
Period. His point is taken. It's not sexist or racist to say what he's saying. What he's saying is, if white women act like this now.
Yeah.
What he's saying is, what happened to decency, the decency in women?
Period.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all he's saying.
Where is it?
You could say, you know, I think the girl's like, women act that way in the 40s too. But it was regulated to pinups, and even pinups didn't act that bad. But it was regulated to pinups or porn or things like that, where there was a space for that.
Right.
But when you're in a regular grocery store shopping with your kids, and women are taking selfies like that.
And they're also like breaking out and twerk.
Because he also put a picture of a white girl doing the same thing.
Right.
And I'm just saying, when women are acting like that in grocery stores, show me a time and a photo of a woman in the 40s, 50s, or 60s acting like that in a grocery store and taking pictures to post for everyone to see. That's what he meant by that.
And also, like, there's women now that are like going into stores and in public places, even when there's children around. And they're twerking. Like, have you seen like these massive twerking, like where a bunch of women come together and start twerking? I mean, it's just really weird. They do it on the street. It's very strange, and I just think that this is the type of behavior that we just have to, I mean, like, it's at the point now, so you have to get used to it.
Yeah.
But we were talking about this earlier, and it's like, we could use a little bit more conservatism in this world. It's like, although I knew this was going to be coming. You know what I mean? Because with the introduction of, you know, what's her name? Actually, even back when we were younger, but more so now. What's her? Nicki Minaj and.
But even Madonna. Madonna
Yeah.
recently got taken off Instagram, I guess, for showing her nipple. You could see her nipple in one of her photos, and then she has a picture of herself like spread eagle going under her bed or something, and she got pulled off. So she makes this big thing about, oh, you know, men can show their bare chest. How come women? I'm like, no one is wanting to see a 63-year-old woman's boobs.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? It's just like, and even if it's not a 63-year-old, why the general public have to, you know, well, you don't have to watch it. Well, if I'm scrolling through my then I see it.
If I choose to have social media, which I have social media, and you can't escape it. Like, you'll be scrolling and you just out of nowhere just see like a woman like twerking. Or not even, you know what, honestly, this is not even limited to women. I'll be honest with you. Because I see, like, I'll be scrolling through and I will see men behaving in this sexual manner too.
Right.
You know, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you actually doing out there in the world? where you feel you have to pick your camera up and perform some sexual in front of everyone. I mean, like, it's so weird, the progression of this. And, you know, like I said, it's not that it's not shocking to me.
Everything is just like sexualized and turned upside down.
And we talked about this before.
They have a new, like, I guess, Christmas movie that's on, I think it's HBO Max. Is there something like that?
Oh, we see the one we saw earlier?
With Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman. And it's like a cartoony type thing. And it's new.
Did I see that with you?
I don't think so. And it's new, but they play the voices of these characters, and it's generally about a woman trying to be Santa Claus now. Sarah Silverman Seth Rogen plays the Santa Claus, and he's kind of like a celebrity. He gets out of a car, and they're all taking paparazzi pictures of him, and then everybody likes him, and then Sarah Silverman plays like an elf, I think, and she wants, or a girl, some little girl or something, and she's wanting to be a Santa. Why can't there be a girl Santa? Because Santa is a man. You know what I mean?
Why are you?
But then on the other hand, like there are parts of it is for an adult, but why?
I'm talking. It's a
cartoon for adults,
okay.
But it is, so it's not really for children. But my point in saying this is, why do we always have to take innocent things and sexualize? Like there's a part where Santa gets out of the limousine, and then the Santa elf, or a little elf, flashes him her boobs, and it's just like, why do we take like these innocent children things?
I don't get it.
And, you know, it's like Lil Nas X and Elton John sitting on...
Did y'all see that?
Did y'all see that? Those commercials?
Oh,
Lil Nas X and Elton John sitting on children's rocking horses and looking like they're kind of... Because they only show... At first they only show the top up from Lil Nas X, and it looks like he's riding somebody. And then when they pan out, it's him and Elton John on like kids rocking horses. It's like, why?
And the thing is that as they're talking about whatever they're selling, they're doing sexual innuendos, right?
Yeah.
So they're trying to they're doing it, right. Yeah. But the fact that they were, when we first saw that, we were like, what?
Like,
the
what
fact that they were on children's, that they're doing that at all.
Yeah.
But on children's toys, it's
weird.
I'm like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, and we mentioned this before about desensitizing
people.
You know, and, you know, so when I see pictures like the picture I showed earlier, or this Elton John thing, got Madonna doing this, you know, Madonna's known for that kind of behavior, but it is very peculiar now.
Well, I mean, but that's what Joey B. was trying to say. Because he's a man that's our age, around our age. You know what I mean? I think he may be a little older, but I'm definitely in his 40s. Yeah. You know what I mean? And what he's trying to say is, what happened to decency? Not saying you can't be sexual.
That's not
That's not the point. Like I'm saying about all of these, like even like we're saying the baby. It's not the sexuality that they're doing. That's nothing new. It's the fact that they're doing it for other people to see.
Yeah.
And it's not like put in a space for adult content. Right. It's just for anyone to see. You know what I mean? And even though I'm an adult, I don't really want to see that. And I hate that when I'm on my regular pages or I'm watching regular TV.
Right.
Then something weird like Elton John and Lil Nas X on kids rocking horses, acting and looking, you know, oddly sexual.
Yeah.
I think there's something's wrong with that, and nobody wants to talk about that.
Remember the one we were watching? I don't know if Jericho put it up or not, but it was the one where Santa Claus, the guy in Santa Claus. Remember?
Oh, it was so they have a new. Now this isn't. You talking about
it's not in this country, right? Santa? Yeah, the gay Santa.
So the Norwegian Postal Service has a new commercial out, and it's all about Santa being gay.
da?
Du snorker. Det kommer neste år.
Oi.
Jeg har mange pakker jeg må levere. Jeg kommer tilbake neste år. Jo, alle hvor vi har vært en sant, det drøpte ned på meg. Er jeg fin, da?
Men fin.
Jeg kommer til å savne deg. Det er mange som venter på pakkene sine. En dag i året.
Et år til.
Hei, ja. Det var kommet noen pakker til deg. God jul!
Jeg fikk tak i litt assistanse i år, så jeg kan være sammen med deg.
Now, I don't have a problem with gay. I'm
Yeah,
not saying that.
right.
There's nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Look, gay is gay. You know what I mean? If that's
You believe what you believe,
believe
right?
it, I don't care. I don't have a problem
believe-
with that.
You're right.
What I have a problem with is again taking something from children
And perverting
and
it.
perverting it. Santa does not come for adults. He comes for kids.
Yeah.
So why is this grown single man?
Yeah, doing
why is
that.
Santa coming to his house? It just is odd.
It's odd, the perversion of the way that they're, because even if it was Santa Claus and kissing a woman, still, let's just say replace
just say
let's
replace
replace
it
a
with a
gay
woman.
man with just a heterosexual couple. Okay, let's say there was a heterosexual situation. It's still perverse,
You're right.
right?
Just
It's
say it was
still,
a woman he was
it's,
coming
it's
to.
still weird,
Right.
to me. And I just think that when I see stuff like this, all I can, it's
It's
just
just like
it's
a perversion,
mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling.
So just like
to
the
me.
Seth Rogen thing, just like the Joey B. Tunes talking about women in grocery stores taking pictures like that. You know what I mean? Why are we so obsessed with trying
I know.
to sexualize ourselves and make it the norm?
Yeah.
What is the obsession with that? You know what I mean? And so somebody else, I can't remember who I was watching. It might have been Jericho Green. He's just saying, whoever is running the narrative, whoever the overlords are, who set the trends.
There's somebody
He
doing
said
that.
they're like perverts that want to feel. He said, I feel like there's like these perverts out here who want to feel normal, so they want to make us all perverts.
Yeah.
So they feel normal.
But yes, and then that's what I was saying. I said this before that to me, when I see stuff like this, it's just the desensitizing. They're trying to
Of people.
desensitize
Not just children, people.
And they want to, that's what they're doing. And so now, when I scroll through now, at this point, I just know I'm going to eventually at some point see some woman doing something inappropriate. Sometimes I see my own friend acquaintances doing something inappropriate. So I'm just like, what? We just can't
It's just weird.
It's progressing. To
See,
no,
there
it's
was
just
the difference.
sex.
In the 40s, 50s, and 60s, people had style.
Yeah.
They had style. Their clothes were stylish.
There was a meaning.
There was
to it, yeah.
right. Now it's just who can get the most naked.
Even like, yeah, it's true.
That's just it. Who can get the most naked? That's just what it is. That's not style. You know what I mean? That's not even really sexy.
Yeah, it's not.
Because sexy doesn't even require you to take your clothes off.
No,
you can
it's like
actually.
you
Some women
embody
just exude
that.
sexuality.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just a weird thing. I mean, not too long ago, there was a Folgers coffee commercial of this black family who.
You remember that one?
They were opening up the coffee.
Yeah.
You know, there was a coffee commercial, and what happened was the woman goes into the shower to find her father-in-law, I guess, in the shower, and her husband in the shower with him. He's washing his father. He's washing his father, and they're both in the shower, and she's like shocked to see him. And then the whole family comes in and starts talking about the best, the Folgers in your cup. They do that, and so when I was looking at this commercial on YouTube, and I went into the comments, people were like, "This is the oddest commercial. Why isn't anyone talking about this?" And I thought, yes, like I know I'm not nuts. Yeah. A woman seeing her father-in-law naked in the shower, and then just stands there, and her husband's also in the shower.
Folgers is kind of notorious, though, from my understanding. After I watched that commercial, and I looked at the comments under that commercial, which again, guys, I'll link some of these below, all these things we're talking about below. But when I'm looking at the comments, I didn't realize that Folgers is kind of notorious for like these kind of odd, perverted commercials. So I went back and looked at the Folgers commercials, and they are. Like, why are they doing that? Like, it's like, what in the world? Why are we here?
Like, so when people say, "Oh, you can turn your channel," well, you used to be able to just turn your channel.
You can't.
You can't. You know what I mean? It's it's not just Nicki Minaj. It's watching commercials.
Right.
Regular commercials, like just that you would watch.
Right.
You know, I'm watching a Folgers commercial about coffee, and I'm looking at a man and his father in the shower, and his daughter-in-law watching him, and then the whole family in the shower. The whole family's like watching.
There's something
to it, though. There's something's weird about that, and no one's really saying anything. There's something weird about Lil Nas X and Elton John sitting on children's rocking horses, doing what it looks like Lil Nas X, like he's simulating some sort of sexual act, and then it pans down and sees that he's on a rocking horse. It's just odd. I can't believe that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and no one is. We're so desensitized that we don't even really know it. We can't even see it. And I'm sure people, whoever's doing these commercials, like God, like you can really get away with anything now. But there is this sort of trying to break down people and their senses and what's considered, appropriate, and there should be appropriate.
Well, that's why I think that's the whole point of these commercials, and because commercials are subliminal too. Because you look at the commercial, is always, if you watch regular TV, they go put those in repeat. They put those commercials in repeat, so you're always seeing it. So you're at some point, it is going to be pretty normal. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's going to be very normal. You know, back in the 50s, the way that women was dressed. That was very normal. Yeah. So anything outside of that was not.
But it's always allowed. What's it called? Twix. Twix had a commercial.
The Halloween one.
The Halloween. Okay, first of all, it was a Halloween commercial with a little boy who looks just like a little boy, coloring his stuff, and then a knock at the door, and then there's this woman that's standing there like a witch.
Twix presents Bite-Size Halloween.
Hi. I'm your new nanny.
I don't need a nanny.
Well, your parents seem to think you do.
What's your favorite color?
Black.
Other than black.
Oh, charcoal?
Why are you all dressed up? It's not Halloween yet.
Can I help you?
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Do you want to find out? You buckled?
I'm still wearing my princess dress.
Do you want to wear it? Okay.
look like a girl. Why are you wearing that?
Dressing like this makes me feel good.
Is that your nanny? She looks weird. You look weird, your nanny looks weird, you guys are both weird.
No, we're just different.
Boys don't wear dresses.
Whoa! Whoa! Where is it coming from? What's happening? Whoa!
We should go.
Will he come back?
Yeah, probably. Come on.
This had nothing to do with candy,
Yeah.
and it had nothing to do with Halloween.
They want to get the agenda out about the trans.
And look, if your kid is transgender, your kid's transgender.
Yeah.
But what was the point?
I don't like when they
of
make
doing that.
Yeah, but you know what I don't like? I don't like when they make like real things like transgender and
Yeah.
you know, gay, whatever. I don't like when they make that a agenda, like a like a PSA.
Right.
I think it's weird when they do that.
Also, the little boy that they like blew away, like, so you treat one child great, and then the other child is a child.
They blew him away because he questioned a boy wearing women's clothes.
First of all, he's a
and
little
they're trying to
kid.
say that anyone that thinks like that needs
toxic.
It needs to be out of this,
Right.
be gone from this earth. Now, what a rational person would do, and we know it's a commercial, but what a rational person would do in a more responsible commercial would be the kids say, "Why are you wearing a dress?" to this little boy, and then the rational adult thing would be adult to come in and explain
To the kid.
this child is wearing a dress because of blank, 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 blank. You don't have to agree with it. I'm just saying that would be the responsible way to do that. But no, what they decided to do is get him out this earth
In a violent way.
Yeah,
in a violent way. You know
I just
what I mean?
don't. I don't know. I think that. I don't know. Some of these conversations are so.
It's just
weird.
It's like strange.
It's very and just all of it though. It's just this. It's just a very perverted kind of time.
Yeah.
Where we're really pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
Like after the whole WAP thing, y'all know how I feel about that. After the whole WAP with Grammys or whatever they did that, I was just like, this is really unbelievable.
There's things called fake outrage.
Yeah.
Like we make
I think so,
things into
too.
things. Like with Joey B. Tunes with his video with the black girl that commented to him on Twitter about the picture.
Race.
She made it about race, and he was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "See, don't scream racism when it's not racism. You know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's talking about the way women are acting. He just put up a picture, but he also put up a picture of a white girl as well. You know what I mean? And what he's saying is that these are women today.
Yeah.
Now, are there women that look normal? Yeah. But the truth is, it's becoming increasingly popular to act despicable. I know. You know what I mean? And no one cares that a woman that would go to Walmart taking a picture like that. No one cares that there could be children walking past her. Well, all we care about is this woman's feelings about showing her. Well, it looked like she's trying to show her vagina.
Yeah.
She opened her butt cheeks. Like, you know what I mean? That's what she was doing. And you know what I mean? I just think no one is thinking about older people. Respect your elders. Anybody could walk past and see that. You know what I mean?
Don't you ever wonder when people take these pictures though? Like, they have my parents, around, but not even that. Like, just family members and friends. Like, I can't imagine. Like, why would you? What kind? What are you going through?
Well, I mean,
where you would do that.
Well, I mean, I've seen videos where mother-daughters go to.
That's true.
Remember, there was a video of the girl at the store with her mom.
Yeah.
The mom was like our age. I think she was like 45, and then their daughter was in her 20s, and they're over there doing a stupid TikTok dance in different aisles of Walmart. It's just like we have become just stupid.
Yeah, we look so dumb.
All for views.
I bet.
And
no, you're right.
You know what I mean? All for views and people and getting noticed and trying to go viral. You know what I mean? It's just.
I bet if there are aliens, I bet they're looking down at us and going, "Never mind. I'm not interested in probing that. I don't need to probe you.
It's amazing
we get it. Y'all stupid down there."
It's amazing what you can do when you put cameras on a phone.
I know.
It's amazing what happens to people when they realize they can record themselves.
Remember you said earlier, you were like, what is up with all of these people? What's people's obsession with dancing?
Yeah, I don't get
Everybody
it. It's like,
dances.
even on commercials. I was watching this commercial and it's just like all these it was like an Asian family, a black family, a white
Just
family, all
dancing.
doing these like
TikTok
dances together. I'm like, what is this obsession? Even at like all of these wedding receptions where the bride and
Oh my
it's
God.
like, what is this obsession with like doing these like?
Man.
I'm so tired of every time I hate that. It's just like, aren't we tired of that yet? Like
No.
that whole group dance.
You put a camera on. You put
It's
a
just incredibly
camera on your
corny.
phone.
Yeah.
We done ruined it all. It's
Yeah,
weird.
It's just
It's very weird. So I'm not, I'm not shocked at that. I'm not shocked at where we're going.
Yeah.
That lady in the 50s, it is kind of a really startling contrast to look at the difference between the
But
two.
Joey B. Toons, his videos in general reflect how I feel. Like because he usually sometimes he has guests on there that are also around our age.
Yeah.
And they're always like, I mean, what has happened to this world? You give people a camera and they have lost their mind. We look like it looks like the patients are running the asylum.
Right.
That's what we look like.
It does.
We look like the people in the middle of the street doing TikTok. Remember that one girl? She's like a ballerina and she stands on a bottle on her tip in the middle of traffic.
Like, well, they do this though. They interrupt everything. There's people doing yoga poses in the middle of
trying to get
of traffic or in the middle of a mall. They just break out into a yoga pose.
And if it's not that, it's people just doing weird stuff to themselves, making their boobs extra big, getting muscles put in their face, and I'm saying,
See that person?
They're just doing weird things to their face, cosmetic surgery, just like we have like I think it's a bit of mental illness. Mm-hmm.
Remember that kid that wants to be the K-pop?
Yeah,
he wants to be a K-pop. Well, he likes the K-pop. He's a white boy, and he's made his face, or he's tried to, into like Asian.
Yeah,
he's trying to be Asian. What? I read an article where TikTok, like there's people who actually are having problems, like legit mental illness problems because it's too much social media, too much TikTok.
I had this transgender woman was on one of those. It was like one of those like group things with black conservatives versus black liberals, and so there was like conservatives, and then there were like liberals, and the liberal transgender lady was like she was conservative.
Yeah.
So it was they were like, how can you be conservative? You're transgendered. Republicans don't like you. And she was just like, I feel like the left has made a joke of my being transgendered.
Right.
It's a real thing. I feel like it's being used to sort of like a sideshow now. Like everybody's just transgendered and everybody's just pronouns and all this, and she was like, and it's a real thing, and not a lot of people have what I have. And she was like, and so when you ask me why I'm conservative, and she's like, it's because conservative people on some level, she's like, aren't making a joke. That whole part of it comes from the liberal side, and so it was interesting to watch what she was saying, because when someone is going through that, it's a real thing. It's like less than 1% of the population is transgendered, and so all of a sudden now it looks like everybody is trans. It's just like
everybody knows somebody that's transgender.
Right.
If it's supposed to be a rare thing, then
and she's like, what she was saying is like, I feel like people do stuff like this so they can go on camera and go viral.
Well,
and she's like, you're taking like a thing that they're taking like an issue that I have in my life that's real and has really affected my life, and it's become like a YouTube, Twitter sideshow.
That was the danger of all the social media, though, is that people now want to go viral, even if it's one time. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is
that people feel so not seen that they do such outlandish things so they can be seen. I just think that's what it is. This is a bunch of low self-esteem to me.
Yeah.
Because what would garnish that type of attention? Why would you want that type of attention?
Yeah.
It must mean that you feel like you're not seen.
I think wasn't one of those late night talk shows, Jimmy Kimmel, he said he read that he said for the his monologue, he was like, for the first he's like here's some news. First time the white population has gone down, and the crowd just goes yay, and he goes, wait, whoa, wait, why is that? You know what I mean? He was just like, right, wait, whoa. He's just like, why are we cheering? And basically, I mean, why are we cheering? Why would you cheer? I mean, would you cheer if they said hey, the black race has gone down, yay, and a bunch of white people.
Oh, that would be that would.
You know what I mean? This is like, what are you talking about? Like, we've gone mad.
Yeah, that's weird.
We've just gone mad, and so he was like, everybody's laughed because that was.
Yeah.
Why are we clapping that?
Right.
But that just goes to show you that white people have been kind of demonized at this point, and that people will now clap.
Yeah, less of them.
For less of them, you know what I mean? And that's just the strangest. I just feel like we've just gone mad, and we've lost our mind.
It just became very strange.
We need to reel it in a little bit, and turn off the cameras.
Yeah.
And things like that, so we can find ourselves. I just think that the only reason all this has happened is because, to me, of social media. Because if social media didn't happen, I don't think people would be this crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most people that want to be seen finally get to be. And then not even that, you get to create yourself. Mm-hmm. So sometimes, it's not like
Dale and I aren't like, I'm not speaking for myself, but I'm not someone who is, I need to be the center of attention all the time. It's just personality for me. I would rather be in the back than be front and center all the time. But it amazes me sometimes when I look at people. I think, look at all these people who really want to be seen, who want everybody to notice them at any means necessary, any cost.
Yeah.
They don't care if they got to put their kids up there to be seen. They don't care if they have to be naked. They don't care if they have to surgically mess their face up.
Well, we were talking about, I was seeing this too, looking at people who are now, like when I see nurses and doctors and stuff, and dentists. They're all
professional people.
Yeah, in their office or in their whatever, doing these TikTok dances at work. I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. Why do we have a doctor doing a TikTok dance in the bathroom of the hospital?
Right.
Why do we have a bunch of nurses? How do they even get together like that to do these dances?
Some teacher came out and said that
it's weird.
This teacher came out in her school. Mm-hmm. Teacher.
Why?
She came out. Why? What is it? This teacher came out and said, "I am what is it? What do you call it? What did Demi Lovato call herself?
Oh, non-binary.
I'm a non-binary." And then she goes, "My pronouns are they and them." And then people like clapped a little bit, like the kids clapped a little bit.
It's an awkward.
So somebody was like, "Why?" I think Matt Walsh was like, "Why are we talking about this in school?" He's like, "When I was in school, it was weird just for me to see my teacher outside of the classroom in a store." I was like, right. I remember I didn't even know my teacher's first name.
But why? But the point is that what is that supposed to do? Was a point of her doing as a girl, as a woman, right?
It was a man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the point of him doing that, I guess, was that he was trying to bring up feel comfortable and bring up the topic that may be hard for people to talk about, right? So I would venture to say that man teacher is needing attention.
Yeah.
And wants to
But that's
to be
point,
different,
right.
a different guy in school.
No one cares about your like sexuality. No, but really when you're talking about K through 12 and you're coming out, for what? Aren't you supposed to be teaching kids the curriculum?
It's supposed to be.
Like why are we doing this? Like his point was right. When I remember when I was in school, sometimes I didn't even know if my teacher was married. I didn't know my teacher's first name. And he's right. If I ever saw my teacher outside of school in regular clothes,
it's like
it was always so weird because your teacher was just your teacher. That was it. They weren't your friends and things like that. They were just your teacher. They were there to teach you, and that's it. My teacher never told me about her husband, and none of that.
But now we venture down this road where we have to know everything. We have to know everything now,
right?
From the 1940s or 50s picture that we saw, to Slut Walk, to Twix, to Folgers, to Santa Claus. It's I'm not fooled.
Yeah,
that is clear to me. That they want you to just bring down the whole veil.
Yeah, and you can't really
take the curtain away. Yeah. Take the curtain away, and you didn't even see it happening, and then boom, whop.
Like there is, like conservative Facebook, YouTube pages get demonetized for saying things, but a woman twerking
in front of children
and sexually explicit YouTube channels, they don't get demonetized.
Isn't that weird?
Do you understand? When you talk about real stuff, you get your algorithm gets slowed down. They take, like, even with our stuff sometimes, our likes will disappear completely for a couple hours, and then they come back. And then comments, some of you guys' comments go away, and then they show back up.
Yeah.
It's because of the topics that we're talking about.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you talk about something that really means something, you're not sitting there stuffing your face with food or jumping off of buildings for laughs and jokes. If you're not doing anything that's
dumb,
and you're actually doing something that makes people think, because they don't like critical thinking.
Well,
you know what I mean?
they don't. Some a lot of people don't want to scrap.
Whoever the overlords are, they don't like critical thinking people, and they don't like people teaching people how to critically think. They want people to be dumbed down with.
They don't want you scratching the surface,
right? Or just thinking. Period.
Don't do that.
I think that there are people who just want attention, and they'll just do anything to spark attention all the time.
Right.
And after a while, it just gets petty, boring, and uninteresting. Joey B. Toons was right.
It's funny.
What is our world turning into? I'm just saying the patients are running the asylum.
Yeah. So there was another topic that someone sent us a video on Instagram. His name is Will. He sent us a video of a gentleman talking about where are the black leaders.